One Saints versus the Seattle Seahawks. Saints have a pretty good defense, a atrocious offense. If their offense outperforms, then they can beat us. If they don't, we'll win. And we lose 21-17. They had a great offensive day. That's the problem. Jim Everett decided to go ham. Freeze was Freeze. Steve Broussard, Steve Smith, Christian Fora. The usuals, Michael McCrary. Corey Harris with a pick out of nowhere. Unfortunate, though. We got to beat the Chiefs now in order to keep our playoff hopes alive. Which we do, 28-27, a lot closer than I'd like. John Freeze has an amazing day, though. Holy crap, did he come out. Rich Gannon, who I didn't realize... I knew he played for the Chiefs. I didn't realize he was playing for the Chiefs at this point. This must have been... Yeah, that's before he even got close to joining the Raiders. Steve Broussard did his thing. Christian Ford had a great game. Joey Galloway went ham. Joey Galloway went absolutely ham. He's been great for us. Ricky Prohl showed up. Rob Thomas touchdown. A pick for Dwayne Bickett. Pick for Blackman. Peterson was perfect. Anyone interesting on their team? How did I not notice Rich Gannon was on their team? He must have been hurt. And Derek Thomas didn't do anything, which is upsetting because that's the only player I wanted to do well. We got the Chargers this week. And the Chargers don't look so hot, but they're not horrible. As long as we can out-offense them, we'll win. And we can't, as I like to jinx it. We can't blame we gotta blame our quarterback, because not like Gail Gilbert was amazing. 1 touchdown, 3 picks. We threw 2 touchdowns, 4 picks. Ugh. We're a running team. Why are we throwing the ball so much? Anyways, Leslie O'Neal gets a sack and a half. Aaron Hayden was good. Steve Broussard was good. Joey Galloway went absolutely ham, and I love it. Michael McCrary sack. Dwayne Pickett a sack and a pick. Robert Blackman a pick. Jay Bellamy a pick. Our kicker was perfect. We're such a confusing team. The first year Carolina Panthers. And they beat us. They were the favorites, but still. Frank Reich, head coach, to be head coach of the Colts, does his thing in his first year in Carolina. 2,800 yards, 13 touchdowns, 5 picks. Anyone interesting there that I can think off the top of my head? Michael Reed, maybe. Don't know if there's anyone else too crazy. Bickett sack, second half for Winston Moss, half a sack for Cortez Candy. Joey Galloway goes ham again. So Joey Galloway really showing us something here. AFC leaders, John Freeze, Joey Galloway. Anyone else interesting? Sacks. Let's go to interceptions now. No. Oh, Aaron Glenn. I love Aaron Glenn. One of my favorite players. So short. But the thing that made up for his shortness was he had hops. Dude could jump out the building. Anyone interesting in the pick, since I'm going to be switching off that soon? Not really people I'd expect to be there. Robert Porcher, 15 sacks. John Randall, 12 sacks. Ooh, he is on fire. And then Warren Sapp, 11.5 sacks so far for the rookie. Holy crap. Scott Mitchell, Steve Young, Neil O'Donnell, Dan Marino, Chris Chandler, Brad Johnson, Steve Boerlin, Vinny Tess, John Elway there, Jake Reed, Keenan McCardle, Rod Bernstein, I guess. Anyways, let's get back to the season. So we are playing the New York Jets. Funny, because the Jamal Adams trade. Also, why is their font so wonky compared to ours? Or maybe they just have a retro one and ours just is the same no matter what. They're a really good team even though they're only 6-6. We got the better running game, but their defense is just amazing. And we get absolutely stomped on. I'm not surprised. John Freeze, nothing. Steve Broussard, nothing. Joey Galloway was something. Cortez Candy, 2.5 sacks. Sack for Winston Moss. A pick for Thomas Smith, which is nice because we trade for him. 11 tackles, too. Whew. 3 sacks for Clifton. Marvin Washington sack. Hugh Douglas sack. Boomer Esiason was Boomer Esiason, I guess. Ron Moore was great. Ryan Yarborough, great. Wayne Corbett. I've heard so many good things about Wayne Corbett's ability. Oh, this is his rookie year, too. Yeah, 86 peak. Not surprised. Yeah. Been crazy. Falcons. 2-11. Hopefully we can beat the Falcons, because if we can't, that's disappointing. And we lose. So at this point, we're at tank mode. Unless we can go 2-0. We either got to go 2-0 or 0-2. John Freeze, can't complain about it. Steve Broussard, can't complain about it. Joey Galloway. Oh, my gosh. Holy crap. Ricky Prohl did his thing. Jay Bellamy with a pick. Jeff George was really good. Not surprised. Eric Metcalf. Really good. Something about him and DK. The rumor was that they were related. They don't know if it's true, but there's a lot of coincidences besides just their last name that they actually thought for a second they could be related and just didn't know it. So they could be related, it just wouldn't be closely related, you know? Like third cousin twice removed or something. Anyone else? Ricky Sanders. Yeah. Morton Anderson, of course. Broncos. Oh, no. I mean, we beat them last time, but John Elway. Yeah. But John Elway. But yeah, John Elway. Rod Bernstein. Ed McCaffrey. Is it really Ed? I'm pretty sure it's just Ed. I thought it was just Ed. But Ed McCaffrey, dad of, well, all of the McCaffreys in the NFL. Max, Christian, the whole gang. There might be. Is there another one? There's Max, Christian, and another one. I forget if Max is the one that was in the NFL as a wide receiver, or if he's the one that's a quarterback at Michigan State. Anyways, Steve Atwater, of course, great, 2 picks. Jason Elam. There's a lot more guys I recognize that game for some reason, and of course they won. Chargers game. Can we get a win? Or actually, no, we want to lose, don't we? Yeah. Yes, 6-10, awesome. Rick Meyer was quarterback. That's definitely tanking. Steve Broussard, Max Strong, Joey Galloway, James McKnight, Michael McCrary sack, Terrence Shaw, Junior Seau, one of the greatest to ever do it. Really, no one else besides Junior Seau and John Carney, of course. Leaders. So in the AFC, Joey Galloway, almost 1,000 yards. John Freeze, 3,600 yards. We're actually going to check them. 3,600 yards, 19 touchdowns, 22 picks. About where you'd expect for him to be. And a strong quarterback who should make an impact for almost any team. Doubt. Joey Galloway, however, 119 targets, but about 60 receptions, 961 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Don't push him too hard. He played great. Not really excited about any of the other ones, but let's look at the both conferences. Scott Mitchell, 4,600 yards, 35 touchdown Olympics. He really turned it around in this. He really turned his career around in this. Ooh, boy. Neil O'Donnell, 32 touchdowns, 8 picks, 4,400 yards. Chris Chandler. Dan Marino. He turned around a little bit. Mark Ripon. Okay, 4,100 yards, 28 touchdowns, 14 picks. I'd say that's arguably one of his best seasons, if not his best season. Steve Young, 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Somehow managed to have a better season. Arguably, obviously, you could argue that 94 was better because he threw less picks. But one of his best years, 116 yards, 25 rushes. Rushing the ball a little bit less, maybe because he was worried about injuries, which, who knows, maybe if he'd have been more like that, he could have had a better career. Vinny, 29-24, 4,000 yards. Troy Aikman out of nowhere, 3,900 yards, 31 touchdowns, 19 picks. So we're seeing the first major season from Troy Aikman. Now that you look back, if this was really his stats, Troy Aikman was not as good as they said. He just had a really good team around him. That season, 92, was pretty good. But outside of that, I guess 93 was not too shabby. But really, ugh. Can't say he's a good runner. Can't say he's an amazing thrower. He just won rings because he had a great team around him. Maybe his best years were to come. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, shoot. If he has more seasons like this, yeah. John Elway, 3,800 yards, 28 touchdown Olympics. John Elway also having one of his best seasons ever. No, I'd say that is his best season ever, which is crazy because John Elway's one of the greatest of all time. Brad Johnson, 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, 16 picks. The future is bright for Brad Johnson. Keenan McCardle leads the league in yards after, well, not being that great. Jake Reed, 1,400 yards, not too shabby. Rod Bernstein, the running back, 1,200 yards, 1,100 receiving, 0 rushing touchdowns. 0 rushing touchdowns. I mean, granted, you look at his hands and his receiving. Pretty sure he's supposed to be a receiver. No? I can't tell. Weird. So he actually is a running back that just is great at catching the ball. Rod Bernstein, though, yeah, I can see why you'd want to utilize him in the receiving game. And they did in San Diego more than they did him running. There are running backs like that, though. Anyone else interesting? Bryce Pop actually managed to pass. Henry Thomas. Robert Porter kind of slowed down at the end. Warren Sapp, 15 sacks as Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year right there. Offense or defense, doesn't matter. Hugh Douglas, 14.5. His rookie year, holy crap. John Randall, 14 sacks. Not too shabby, old man. Yeah, Ricky Waters, breakout year. Not really in touchdowns, but in general. Rod Bernstein, top 5 in rushing yards, as well as being top 10 in receiving yards. That's MVP material right there, Rod Bernstein. Curtis Martin, in his rookie year, 1,000 yards, 2 touchdowns, 193 yards. Not really in the scoring category, but not too shabby. Where's Barry Sanders, though? Barry? Where are you at, man? Alright, we're gonna have to do this then. Barry Sanders. 660 yards. Wow, they really did Barry dirty. They did not give him the ball at all. 103 carries. The game managed to ruin Barry Sanders' career. Then again, didn't he retire super young? But, like, not this young? Why is he... What? 600... 5.88 yards per carry, by the way, is insanely good. I mean, that part's accurate. I don't know where the rest of it came from. Emmitt Smith, 77 overall. Emmitt Smith. What? The running backs are really glitched in this game. Everything else I have no problem with, really. Wild card. The Dolphins beat the Chargers 31-23. The Oilers, non-surprisingly, walloped the Jaguars, who... Good on them for making the play. Oh. My arm fell asleep so much that I went to high-five to clap, and my arm just blatantly missed because it was so asleep. The Oilers walloped them, though. The Eagles and Saints play, and the Saints beat them, not too surprisingly. The Cowboys and 49ers play, and the Cowboys win. I mean, even though the 49ers were the better team record-wise, the Cowboys do have the Super Bowl experience, so, yeah. Dolphins, Bills, Oilers, Broncos, Lions, Saints, Rams, Cowboys. And the Bills beat the Dolphins. So, Dan Marino not getting a ring there. The Broncos beat the Oilers, so John Elway pushes on. The Lions beat the Saints, not too surprising, because the Lions, in this scenario, their quarterback, Scott Mitchell, that might be why Scott Mitchell got so many yards, because they just weren't running with Barry. Anyways, Scott Mitchell and Barry Sanders. You know what? It's worth it if Barry Sanders gets less carries, as long as they can get a ring. As long as they can get a ring, no complaints. You know what? I wonder if it's running the offenses of the current day teams. Because that would make sense for why Matt Stafford throws the ball like crazy. And that's not even a bad thing. I'm just saying they throw the ball a lot. So if you give this guy that many throws, Scott Mitchell, of course, yeah. Kind of crazy that he was under Marino. Anyways, could you imagine that Dan Marino's backup makes it further? So the Lions win 27, the Bills win 2017. Okay, 2017. Hey, a better time. Not really. I hated 2017. Conference. The Bills win 24-9. The Bills absolutely wallop John Elway, and the Lions absolutely wallop the Cowboys. Oh, I forgot to mention because I only read these ones for some reason. Broncos won 30-14, and the Cowboys won 21-15. Bills win 24-9. Who is their quarterback? Hugh Millet? Oh no, that. Oh, John Elway was hurt. Oh, Rod Smith. Why hasn't he been playing? Oh, he's rookie Rod Smith. Ah, that explains it. Oh, Jim Kelly is their quarterback, and Thurman Thompson. Never mind. This Bills team was really good. Isn't this the same team that lost 4 Super Bowls with Andre Reed? Jim Kelly, yeah, old Jim Kelly. Great season. Thurman Thomas really didn't run the ball much, but in the playoffs, woohoo! I love that though. He comes in the playoffs and helps lead his team to a victory. I keep doing that for some reason. And the Lions, oh, they also were missing their quarterback. And Scott Mitchell, as well as Malcolm Lucisk. Who the heck is that? What? I'm assuming that's supposed to be a wide receiver or fullback? Because if you look at hands... What? That's weird. I keep doing that. And for the Super Bowl, the Buffalo Bills get their first Super Bowl. No more 0-4 memes as Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas, who in the playoffs has come alive, absolutely decimate the Lions. Wouldn't that be the ultimate strategy? Sorry if you hear that truck. The Buffalo Bills bench Thurman Thomas, waiting for the playoffs, and go, release the hounds. Speaking of which, Eric Ellert is the MVP of the Super Bowl. 10 receptions, 125 yards, and a touchdown. I can't be too upset. Only 4 incompletions in the Super Bowl. That's crazy. Alright, and so we're in the offseason, so now it's time for renewing contracts. Lamar Smith, easily getting a 6-year deal. Ricky Prohl, we'll offer a 2-year deal and figure out what we're doing with him. Howard Ballard, we'll offer a 1-year deal and kind of go from there. Kevin Mawe is getting the house, a 5-year deal. James Atkinson, we'll do a 2-year because I need to worry about the salary cap. Max Strong, decline because we got to save up space. Carlster Crumpler, we got to let go. James McKnight, we got to keep. 4-year deal. Joe Nash, let go. Dwayne Bickett, shoot. He was really good, but I think we got to let him go. Jay Bellamy, we got to give him a 6-year deal. He was great. Brent Williams, we got to let go. Sam Adams, we're going to give a 5-year deal. Todd Peterson, he was great this year, I believe. If I remember correctly, he was pretty good. We'll give him a 6-year deal. And that's good. College draft. Oh my gosh. The first overall pick is Ray Lewis, who's going to the Falcons. 123 tackle. Holy crap. I mean, accurate, but holy crap. Ray Lewis. Then you got Hollis Thomas, who I don't recognize, probably because he's a nose tackle, going to the Redskins. Philip Daniels, who I feel like I recognize, but I don't at the same time. 114 tackling. Whew. Goes to the Bengals. Gerald Moore, I don't recognize him at all. Goes to New England to replace Curtis Martin, I believe. Or, no, is it Curtis Martin running back at this point? I'm pretty sure he is. Teddy Bruschi, who the Patriots actually pick, I believe. Because I know he played with the Patriots. I just don't remember if he was drafted by them. goes to 130 tackling. Never mind on... Whew. Marcus Keys doesn't really affect me. But Ray Lewis, 91 run defense, 73 pass rush, 84 pass coverage, 87 turnovers, 90 kick returns, and 87, plus or minus 5. So could he be above 100? That'd be crazy. Is that who I think it is? Donnie Abraham. No, I thought it was going to be John Abraham. Kevin Alexander. Brian Dawkins. Oh, Brian Dawkins. Troy James. Lawyer Malloy. Rasheed Gale. Walt Harris. Lee Cole. Jerron Bolden. Aaron Beasley. Marcus Coleman. Reggie Tung. Fred Thomas. Freddie Scott. Leroy Hort. Stephen Hall. Dietrich. Simeon Rice. That's a pretty good one. Michael Sampson. Eric Sutton. Curse Doing. Tony Backens. Lynn Percy. Zach Thomas. Only 80? That's wild to me. T.O. Oh my gosh. 105 punt returns. Holy crap, man. I would take him if it wasn't for the fact that there's some Brian Dawkins right here with 123 tackling. Oh my gosh. Brian Dawkins, welcome to the team. Alright, hold up. Who went in the first round? Lawyer Malloy went right afterwards. Fair enough. 91, 99. Brian Dawkins, 94, 99. Yep. Kevin Alexander. Simeon Rice. Walt Harris. Aaron Beasley. Fred Thomas. Wait, Kenny McCardle? Again? What? Whoops. That's a glitch. Where did... Oh, Shane Matthews. I didn't even think about Shane Matthews being in this. Zach Thomas went to Washington in the second round. Pick 32. Eric Sutton. Reggie Tung. Dang it. That would have been a great pick. Chris Doring. Leland McElroy. Is that Jamie Martin? Oh my gosh, Jamie Martin. I am absolutely not going after Jamie Martin. Percy Ellsworth. T.O. Oh, you know we're going after T.O. Welcome to the Seahawks, Terrell Owens. Worth it. Jamie Martin. Let's see, anyone crazy? Amani Toomer. I forgot about him. I didn't even notice him. I'd still take T.O. any day of the week, though. Manuel McDaniel. Oh, never heard of him. Oh my gosh, Marvin Harrison was available? I might have taken Marvin Harrison over T.O. I love both of them, but T.O. is the better freak of nature athletically, but Marvin Harrison is like, where is he? Over here. His hands, although it doesn't say in this game, I believe he owned the record until Michael Thomas for receptions in a season with 143. That's crazy. And that he had Reggie Wayne at one point. He still is killing it. Eric Moulds, another great receiver. Didn't he go to the Bills in real life at one point? That's pretty cool. Marcus Jones, Walter Scott, Jamie Martin to the Bengals. Lawrence Phillips, Kevin Hardy. Seattle Seahawks. Who we got here? Is that Jim Brom? Or Jeff Brom, rather. That's Brian Brom's brother. Jonathan Ogden. Is that Bobby Ingram also over there? Yep. I know him because he's a Seahawk. Ron Rice, Tom Brandt, Chad Eaton, John Runyon. There's some really good rookies still. Is that Courtney Upshaw? No, Reagan Upshaw. Okay. I was like, what? Eddie Kennison. Yep. Anyone? Joe Horn. There's a lot of guys I did not expect to fall this far. Is that Adam Vinatieri? Oh my gosh, Adam Vinatieri. Yeah, I would totally be okay with that if there wasn't this guy named Jonathan Ogden right there. Welcome to the team. You're on this team. We're keeping you. Jonathan Ogden. Musheen Mohammed. James Ritchie. I don't recognize him. Eric Sayre? Ray Lucas? I think I recognize Ray Lewis, but Ray Lucas. Keyshawn. Bobby Ingram. Did he play for the Seahawks, or am I mixing him up with someone? I know Bobby Ingram. I just can't remember who he played for. Let's see. Willie Anderson, Pete Kendall, James Ritchie, Sean Wood, Rasheed Muhammad, Chad Eaton is still available. Might have to go with him. John Runyon is available. I gotta go back for a second. How is our offensive line versus our defensive line? Ooh. Kind of think we gotta go out for homeboy Chad Eaton then. Because I like Runyon, but we need a D-tackle. Question is, do we go after Brandt? Or do we go after Eaton? I think we go after Eaton. Better run defender, better pass rusher. I don't really care about tackling for my D-tackle. We can work on that. John Runyon, though. We got to go Chad Eaton. In fact, Chad Eaton was a Seahawk at one point, wasn't he? Or am I mixing him up with another D-tackle? There's a D-tackle that was with Seattle. I believe it was with Texans at one point as well. Oh, well. I wonder if anyone got Runyon. Probably, but Keyjana Carter. Andre Davis. I don't see him. No. Yes! John Runyon is available. John Runyon, welcome to the team, is over. Oh my gosh. We got John Runyon in the 5th round. Eddie George fell to the 5th round? Tampa Bay. Hopefully you know what to do with him, because if you don't, yikers. That dude was a bell cow, by the way. For those of you who don't remember. Whew. Javon Langford, D-end. That's pretty cool. Michael Lowry. I would love to have Adam Vinatieri if we didn't already have a kicker. Mike Archie. Gaskin. Ziegler, Mickens, Cunning. Is that Matt Stover? That is Matt Stover. There's some good kickers in this class. TJ Cunningham. Arnold Mickens. I'd like to go with Tom Brandt, to be honest. It's between Tom Brandt, Langford. Really, probably just Brandt. Defense. I mean, Henry McMillan is good, but Brandt could be great. I think we go with Brandt in the 6th round. I think both of them could start right away, is why. Yeah, we're getting Brandt. 6-year deal. Boom. I think we might have just enough room for our last pick. Javon Langford right afterwards, not surprised. Anyone crazy? No, not really. Well, besides that name right there, Pio Sagapulutelli. 27 years old. I would not draft him. Late rounds, you want to take chances on guys that could develop in the future that are really good. Like maybe a Blanton or something. Or a Vinatieri. Or a Bryant Mix. But really? You're going to go after a 27-year-old? Like a Derek Mays would be a perfect example of that. Someone who's got speed. And that's about it. That'd be a perfect pick here. Or a Troy Dumas. Apparently a great kick returner, punt returner. Or Mike Archie. Who do I want? That's the question. I think we're going to go get another receiver. And we'll sign him for 2 years. I don't really... Well, 4 years. We'll do 4 years. The league would like to change it from $37 million to $42 million. Awesome. Sounds good. And we are done. We're going to be setting up our depth chart. We're going to be setting up our depth chart. And then going from there, auto sort. Also, John Freeze, I believe you developed a little bit. Makes sense. You're only 29. There's still room to grow. Because I believe he was a 77 overall. Now he's an 80. I mean, it was his first true, like, being able to do stuff kind of season. I see a huge mistake here. Oh, no, never mind. I was getting this misconfused. Yeah, Steve Broussard, you did your thing, but I think it's time to let Lamar Smith take the wheel, as they would say. We're going to go to a balanced offense now. 2 running backs still. Eric Dugan, yeah, sure. Wait, 31-year-old. Never heard of him. Eric Dugan, sure. T.O. and Joey Galloway. What a duo that would be. T.O. and Joey Galloway. And then at left tackle, we're going to put Jonathan Ogden. At right tackle, we're going to put John Runyon. Jeff Blackshear there. What we'll probably do is 27, 32. Yeah, we're going to move Ray Roberts to guard. 79 overall. Awesome. That's not horrible. Put him there. Kevin Malway at center is great. Anyone I want to rotate in? Nope. Joey Galloway is going to take the back seat, though, because T.O. is in town. T.O.'s in town, baby. For defense, auto sort. We got Michael McCrary, nothing crazy. Henry McMillian, Chad Eaton, Cortez Kennedy. For some reason, Tom Brandt will be starting. Yeah. Okay. Tom Brandt, 298. McMillian, 275. Chad Eaton. I think, let's put Henry McMillian at D end. 82, 73, 60, 76, 50. 73, 80. Okay, so he kept his potential. So now we can move you up. And we can put Tom Brandt at D tackle. Move him down for Chad Eaton. Cortez Candy there. Do we want Sam Adams? Sam Adams had 4 sacks last year. But Cortez Candy had 8 this last year as well. So, ooh, I don't know what I want to do. That's tough. We're going to have to think about that. I'll think about that once the next steps. So we got Winston Moss, who we're going to need to replace very soon. Terry Wooden, Dean Wells. We got Carlton Gray. Okay. Thomas Smith. Makes sense. Then we got Brian Dawkins, and then we got Robert Blackman. I think we're going to put Jay Bellamy above him, just for the potential and because their overalls are close. Brian Dawkins and T.O., though. Like, I think this was a great draft, but regardless, we got Brian Dawkins, who's an instant sensation, and then we got T.O. on the offense. Like, this was a steal of a draft. Let me know what you guys think. I think you can't have a better draft than that, really. If we're going off of how their careers went in real life, this is probably would be considered one of the greatest drafts of all time. John Runyon, Jonathan Ogden, who's a Hall of Famer, T.O., who should be a Hall of Famer, Brian Dawkins, who's a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he actually is, but if he isn't, he should be. Chad Eaton is a great D tackle. Tom Brandt, I've heard of, but I don't know how good of a career he had. I think I've heard of him, yeah. Sounds familiar. So if he was familiar and he's from the 90s, that means before I was born even, that means he was pretty alright. So I'm going to assume he was pretty good at the whole football thing. So yeah, this would be an all-time draft class for a team. So if we're going off of how they are right now, not even assuming, T.O. is a steal in the second round. Runyon and Ogden, amazing picks. Because they are going to solidify that O-line. Brant and Eaton are okay. Brian Dawkins is a future Hall of Famer. And yeah, so I can't complain too much. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Jumbles. You've been amazing. And as always, deuces.
If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. And I don't wanna fight with you.